A school improvement journey isn't a one-day trip. It's a lifetime endeavour. The purpose of the annual self-review for us is a time to reflect on that journey, to look back at our original priorities and to take stock and say, so where are we now? Because if we really want to get a school to get better, it has to own its own improvement. To be able to effectively move forward as a school, you first have to audit where you are.
The standard that we have is essentially across the 6 performance areas of a school. So we have leadership and management, teaching and learning, the child, the curriculum, community and partnerships, and infrastructure and resources. Evidence collection is not going to be looking at documents and simply identifying files and trying to dig out skeletons from a cupboard. What we're looking at is what good practices can you see in a school? What is happening in a classroom that tells you that this is good teaching and learning? What is the leader doing that says this is a good leader who knows how to lead and manage teaching and learning in their schools? And for us, it's really all about teaching and learning. It's about the curriculum supporting good teaching, because what is the purpose of a curriculum if it does not translate into helping children know and feel confident about the next steps they have to take in life?
The process of self-review involves multiple stakeholders coming together. They learn about what good looks like. They discuss, they see examples from different schools, and they begin to evaluate themselves and their school by collecting evidence. They collect evidence using 4 different methods: the learning walk, classroom observations, interactions with stakeholders, and the book look. A learning walk can be done before school, during school, whilst the classes are on, throughout the transition periods, as well as after school, to really ensure that they're safe at all times. And a learning walk can really help us to understand what the safety and security measures are in our school and whether they're effective. When we do a classroom observation during the school review program, we do this so that we can see what's the environment like, what's the teaching and learning processes in the classroom, so that the school can be more informed. They can identify what are the training needs of the school. Interactions with stakeholders can happen in different ways. They can happen through formal setups as well as informal settings. There will be some opportunities to interact with students, parents, teachers, and the leadership in very formal settings. When we're in the playground, speaking to students of all different ages is essential. This is similar with parents. When we're waiting at the gate, when we're doing our learning walks, we have a really good opportunity to speak with the parents and to find out what they see and what the impact is of the school's practices on them. A book look is a method of evidence collection that's used to help us see what the good practices are over the year, across the classes and throughout the school. When we do a book look, we look at the academic side, we look at the notebooks, and we start to understand what is the consistency of practice in marking. Is there feedback that's being given to the students to help them to improve? And is there real care taken over presentation, as presentation is key to ensuring others can read your work and is presentable and engaging? When we look at administrative documents, we want to understand what are the key systems in place, what has been documented, and what is known for different stakeholders about the school. Whenever we collect evidence and whenever we do a school review, we keep collecting evidence until the last moment it's possible, to ensure that we've understood the level of consistency, and it means the school review teams can make more informed decisions when they make the ratings. Once you've triangulated your evidence from across the different classes throughout the school, and you've heard and you've seen documentation of evidence from across the year, you're in a good place to make your judgments. When you make your ratings, there are 4 ratings that you keep in mind: always, mostly, sometimes, and rarely. We make these ratings by evaluating the evidence we've collected. We understand as educators that it does take time to ensure that systems are robust, are in place, and are known across different stakeholders. The expectation isn't to rush. The expectation is for sustainability, to ensure that all schools are providing quality education that's embedded within all stakeholders, is clearly understood, and the purpose is known across all. This is really important when we're looking at a school review program. It's not only an assessment, it's a review tool. It's a development journey that we all take together, and Adhyayana is here to help you on your journey for improvement.
Over the last couple of weeks, I've been going to schools that 2 years ago had their first review. Going back to those schools, seeing the progress they've made, but actually seeing the pride and sense of achievement of the leaders and teachers, because they now know the journey that they've traveled, and most importantly, they know and are confident enough to strive for the journey that is still to be made. And that says it all. Our job isn't to change lives, our job is to help leaders to change lives. And that's why we do what we do.